Hi, it's Maggie the Irish Gypsy here to bring you your July 2018 general readings. Thank you so much for joining us here today. Welcome to any newcomers. Thanks for all your support and comments and feedback and your shares and likes and subscribes. And to all of my regular and new clients, thank you too for keeping me so busy with one-on-one readings. If any of you are interested in a personal one-on-one reading with me, turnaround time for those is pretty quick. I do readings full-time, 5 to 6 days a week. It is what I do. I can usually get back to you within the first day or the first 24 hours of your initial contact. And scheduling takes anywhere from a few days upwards of a couple of weeks, but almost always within a 2-week period of time or so we can set up a reading for you live or recorded. For that information, you can go to my YouTube channel's homepage, click on the little About button, or the description bar of all the videos I post. Please feel free to email me directly at maggie1mcguire@gmail.com. I'd be delighted to work with you. I do a wide variety of readings in all areas of life, including 6 and 12-month overviews and gift readings, all different types of love and romance readings, of course, as well as career work and finance and channeled messages. So if you're interested, send me an email. We'll go from there. All right, moving right along, this reading is for the Earth sign of Capricorn for the month of July 2018. Let's see what's in store for our Capricorns. Okay, Capricorn. We begin with the 5 of Wands, followed by the 5 of Swords, the 9 of Wands, followed by the Sun, the Knight of Cups, followed by the Hermit, and the Ace of Wands, followed by the 9 of Cups. You wrap up the month beautifully, Capricorn. And your overall energy and focus and guidance for the month is the 6 of Cups. You know, I have to say that all 3 of the Earth signs, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, have had very similar energy and very similar themes in the readings. Conflict, internal, external, maybe with a group of people. Pushing through that last hump is where you see the success coming in, love and support around you, possibly from family, and then total new direction and abundance at the end of the month. That kind of wraps it up. But no, I'm going to go through all the cards anyway, Capricorn. So your overall energy, focus, guidance is the 6 of Cups. This is a card primarily associated with the past, maybe the past returning. It can represent childhood, roots of origin, family, where you grew up, parents. Some of you might be traveling back to see relatives, family, or where you grew up. It represents that time of childhood, feeling carefree, less concerned, you know, relationships and friendships were simple and unfettered. It can also represent looking at something with a childlike kind of view. Sometimes the 6 of Cups can come up when we're asked to examine maybe a way of looking at something, thinking, or behaving that's childlike and maybe doesn't work for us anymore either. So it looks like there is a victory or a successful resolution, although a hard-won victory, over some kind of conflict, internal or external, probably a combination of both, as most conflict is usually a combination of both, because we have the 5 of Wands and the 5 of Swords, which 5s are a number in the tarot of conflict, maybe difficulty, fighting or discord or disharmony, but 5s also represent, within that there's always the seeds of opportunities for change as well. So the 5 of Wands is a card of conflict, internal, external, perhaps with yourself, another person, a group of people. It can represent petty conflict though, because you know, I mean, you can see in this group of people, they're not actually out to kill each other. The weapons are practice weapons. They're practicing, they're sparring. So it can represent that whatever the conflict is, internal, external, a combination of both, the actual root of it, the issue of it, is not all that serious, but because nobody's willing to give, nobody's willing to back off, nobody's willing to compromise or negotiate or take a look at what they're really fighting about or holding on to or what's important, it keeps going on in this circular kind of way. Nobody winning, nobody losing, but no resolution either. So conflict, kind of circular conflict, always get that feeling off of that, or competition. Now what clarifies it is the 5 of Swords, which represents technically a victory. And I say technically because sometimes it's a hard-won victory. I mean, this man has obviously won He's gathered up all his opponent's swords because they're on the ground defeated, and he's got his own raised in the air and in victory. But the colors are still kind of murky and bleak. He's tired, worn out, exhausted. He's bleeding from a little cut on his forehead. This is a battle which has cost a lot. And the accompanying question often to the Five of Swords is, has it been worth it? Is it worth it? If it's still ongoing, if this conflict is still ongoing, you're being asked to look, is it worth it? Because sometimes this can represent winning or coming out ahead or wanting to be right at all costs, even if the costs are personal relationships. So the card asks you to examine what's really important and what you're really fighting for. So if this is a conflict that is still ongoing, for some of you it may have something to do with family. If this is still ongoing, you're being asked to kind of elevate yourself and be kind of the bigger person, take the higher road and go, what is this conflict really about? What am I really fighting about? Is this important? Is my being right or winning or whatever? What am I fighting for here? And asking yourself. Sometimes the answer is yes, it's worth fighting, and sometimes the answer is no. The win, I think, often comes at the cost of relationships, so be aware of that when you're looking at what is really important here. Now next to that we have the Nine of Wands and the Sun. This is similar energy to the other two earth signs, to Taurus and Virgo. The Nine of Wands and the Sun. So the Nine of Wands is a card about pushing through. I call it the 11th hour card. This is a card that represents its darkest before its dawn. In the tarot, 10s represent cycles completion energy. So the 9 represents being very close to completing. This man is a soldier, and it's right next to this Five of Wands, these people fighting, sparring too. This man is a soldier. He's been through many battles. He's tired. He wants to be done. He wants to go home, put his feet up, pet his cat, eat a hot meal. He's tired with fighting. He wants to be done. He's run into this grouping of wands behind him. He's run into this last minute obstacle, delay, challenge. And he's withdrawn a bit, maybe feeling discouraged, depressed. When am I going to be done with this? How do I get through this? Should I go through this? Do I want to get through this? This is a card about pushing through because you're very close to the end. You're very close. You just have to push through this one last thing. What clarifies it is the Sun, which I love seeing in a spread because the Sun, I feel, is the most powerfully influencing card in the deck. I mean, when you think about the actual sun, when the sun comes out, it shines over everything. It illuminates everything. Everything is transparent under the sun. You can't hide anything under the sun. It's life, love, warmth, laughter, and encourages things to grow. Everybody feels better when the sun comes out. You know, it's winter into spring, sickness into health, darkness into light energy. There's an uplifting of heavy energy, restrictive energies loosening up. When the sun comes out in the spread, it's a positive boost to all the other positive energy cards in the surrounding spread, and it can also lessen and sometimes even negate negative or challenging energy in the surrounding cards too. So I really like seeing that come out in a deck or in a spread. So pushing through is how you achieve this. Pushing through this last little bit to get this thing resolved. And I feel like you can be a strong influencing effect in this conflict, particularly if it's ongoing. You're more influential than you think you know, and it's about taking a look and going, again, looking at what's important. What's the conflict about really, whether it's within a family system. And because there's a sense of the past here, could be family, could be somebody from your past, could be somebody within the family system. This energy, you just have to push through. You're so close to this energy. You're not alone either. You have the Knight of Cups and the Hermit next. Cups is water energy, and the tarot, this is the energy of the heart, emotions, feelings, and relationships. Knights are the bringers, the deliverers of the tarot. They usually represent something incoming, maybe incoming quite quickly because Knights are spontaneous and impulsive. Offers and opportunities because they're the bringers of the tarot. The speed at which situation moves. So Cups is emotion. So this is maybe an offer of love, an offer of emotional support. I feel like it's emotional support for a lot of you. Just coming in, somebody saying, I love you, I'm here for you, here to support you, or we're here to support you. And what clarifies it is the Hermit, which is, you know, a card that can represent being isolated or withdrawn, not necessarily in a negative way either, because hermits, monks, monastics, what do? They withdraw from the distractions and noise of conventional society in order to gain wisdom, insight, solution. You might be doing that as well, but you might have felt in all of this like you were kind of operating alone, but you're not. There's love and support here being extended to you. You might be the ones extending it outwards here. Some of you for whom this is about family or family issues, some of you may be getting loving support and help from your family or about your family. Again, it could be two different ways, or about, you know, somebody from the past. There is a sense of the past returning in some form or another, or having that connection this month. But definitely love around you, definitely support around you, either being extended to you or you extending it outwards as well. And at or towards the end of the month, Capricorn, it's just wonderful energy. Ace of Wands, Nine of Cups. Aces represent the number one, so they always represent the start of something, the beginning, a new path, opportunities. Wands is fire energy, and in the tarot this is the energy of creation, of building, creating, manifesting. It's inspiring energy, but it requires action. So this new beginning, this new path, this new opportunity, this seed is action oriented. It requires action to build and manifest because it's fluid and dynamic fire energy. So brand new action oriented beginnings or opportunities. What clarifies that is the Nine of Cups, which is the wish fulfillment card. This is a card of abundance, overflowing abundance, abundance, so much abundance that, look, this man is just, it's spilling over. He wants to share it with friends and family. This can be in finances. It's cups, so it's emotional energy too, just feeling so abundant in this brand new start at the end of the month. It's kind of like, I mean, you have the Sun and the Nine of Cups both in this spread. I mean, it's wonderful, wonderful, wonderful energy. So it's all about pushing through this last bit. You may be being the one to look at a conflict going on and go, okay, what's really important here? Let's focus on that and let's get through this. There's definitely love and support around you. There's a sense of family. Again, whether this conflict is within your family, about your family, it could be that you're getting support and love and nurturing from your family or from somebody from your past in connection with your past or your history as well. Some of you may be traveling and spending time with family or with people from your past or friends from the past, or they may be coming to spend time with you as well. And you're kind of, and it's very helpful, supportive, loving, encouraging energy as well. And you end the month just quite beautifully, Capricorn. So Capricorn, that pretty much wraps up your July 2018 general reading. I hope that you found it helpful and useful in some way. Again, if any of you are interested in a personal one-on-one reading with me, for more information and contact info, you can go to my YouTube channel's homepage, click on that little About button, or just click on the description bar of the videos I post. Please email me directly at Maggie1McGuire@gmail.com. I would be most happy to work with you and set up a reading for you live or record it as quickly as we can. And you can also find me on the smartphone app Instantgo for quick answers to the easier quick questions as well. So Capricorn, I will see you all again in a couple of weeks for the July 2018 mid-month readings. And until then, as always, I wish you joy, peace, blessings, and a happy life. Take care, Capricorn. I hope to see you back here again soon. Bye-bye.